What's up? My name is Tim Sykes. That's my car. Come on in. So I wanted to give you a little glimpse of my lifestyle. You know, I work hard, I live well, and what you should know about me is that I like to go big. This is a big house. Sometimes I stay in big presidential suites. When you work hard and you make a lot of money, you know, you gotta go big. Yeah, okay, I'm done with that. Whoa! So let me show you where I actually spend most of my time. This is basically what I do all day. Just looking at stocks, researching stocks, and then teaching other people. Most traders lose money in this industry, but with a community of actual successful traders behind you, you know, you can do a lot of things that never were before possible. So it's kind of my baby right here. I'm very proud of it. You know, it's not the normal 9 to 5. Sometimes I'm working 10 hours in the day. Some days I don't even work. So it doesn't matter where I am. All I need is the internet, and I can work from anywhere in the world. I mean, I've been doing this for nearly 2 decades now. I got started when I was young. I've reached all my goals, and I'm not afraid to show it off. You know, once you make it, you should show it off. But I'm never stopping challenging myself. I'm always looking for more students. I'm looking to create more millionaires so that more people can have views like this. This is why I love this place, okay? Just look at this, you know? Financial freedom is the goal for everybody, and it should be, because once you have that, you can do whatever you want. You can travel the world, you can get big places like this. That should be your goal so that you can really, really focus on what you love in life and not work for somebody that you hate. Thank you guys for coming over. I'm glad you got to see a little bit of the way that I live, the way that I work, and you know, some of the fun that you can have when you work hard. See you later.
So were you short?
He was shorting, yes.
Okay, so when you short, say it's at $4, right?
Yeah.
And you short, when I see it go to like $3.70.
Yeah, you make 30 cents a share.
That's when I start to short.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because you're shorting off the top.
When do you stop your short?
So you go in with the plan. What was your goal when you get in at 370? Do you want to make 10% on your money? Then you would cover at 340. Do you want to try and make 20%? Then you're covering at 310.
I'll go to like $3.10.
Yeah, so that's, you're trying to make 20% on your money, roughly. So he started betting against it at 45 cents. Now, understand, the vast majority of the world thinks we're absolutely fucking nuts for betting against a stock at 45 cents. Like, what if it goes to $1? What if it goes to $5? Because this company is a blatant pump and dump. This is a scam. They have no cash in the bank. They have no products. The only reason why this stock is up is because of mailers. So that's where we can get into some fun. So actually, I think he wrote about this. And we blog about it too, because we talk about stuff like that. I guess he didn't write about it. So every company has the press releases, as we talked about. But they're also required to file SEC filings. Legal filings that talk about, did I spell it wrong? OTC markets, my bad. The legal filings are different from press releases because these are, you know, basically required by their legal team. So if you type in EURI, and they don't talk about this in their press releases, but if you go to filings and disclosures, it's all public. This is the beautiful thing, you just have to dig. So right here, the 10Q, this is a type of form, this is their quarterly report. And it's very lawyer, legal. Actually, we have a DVD. Michael Good and I co-authored it, How to Read SEC Filings. I say it's like natural NyQuil. It puts you to sleep like every night when you're trying to read this. So this is, they announced their cash and cash equivalents. So as of December 31st, 2004, they have 4,800. This is literally it. Sometimes, you know, you see balance sheets with like 3 zeros, so that would be 4.8 million. There's not 3 zeros. They have $12,000 in the fucking bank. That's it. They are pump and dumps. They are boiler room pump and dumps. So it's not a question if they're going to fail. It's a question of when. And the answer is when the promotional mailers stop. And you just have to find shares to short. And that is what Michael Good did. Interactive brokers is what he used. They're better for shorting stocks.
He goes on OTC.
Correct.
Sees how much cash they have.
Yes.
And say, nah.
Correct.
This is bullshit.
Correct.
Then he goes back and then he bets on them losing.
Correct. And so he held this one. He has much more patience. He held this one for a month, and he made 61% on his money. But and he didn't even have to cover. The thing is at 10 cents. He covered at 17 cents. So it's dropped another 50% since he covered. But he took his profits, you know? That's fine. He made 20 grand. That's fantastic.
You go OTC and you can see exactly how much
Correct.
cash they're holding.
And then compare it to the mailer. Because you can see the mailer too. EURI promo mailer. So people post the mailers when they get them. So there's an article here why it's going to zero. It's not, this isn't rocket science. So this is the promotional mailer. We present you the only best soaring stock tips. Read now.
That was promotional right there.
Yeah, exactly. EURI. It's a hotbed for water read. It's sitting on a cash cow. Well, it's sitting on $12,000, right? This is an $80 billion industry. And if you scroll down, you can see at the bottom there's going to be a little disclaimer. This is not a press release. This is, an ad. I don't even know if it's here.
So when you don't see...
So you see, look at this. With $12,000 in cash and $2.2 million in liabilities, it is clear they can't really make any moves. So not only do they only have $12,000 in cash, they're also $2.2 million in debt. It's a fucking fraud! So he bet against it, and Interactive Brokers had shares to short. So that's it. I'm trying to find good companies, and I'm trying to find shitty companies.
Once you find a company like that, like say you find an EURI, right?
Yeah.
You know nothing about them, and you kind of look at the pattern and you say, oh, okay. Then you go onto OTC and see exactly how much cash they carry.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then you go back and you say, I don't like...
Can you find shares to short? You have to check Interactive Brokers to see if there's any shares to short. A lot of times, I have a whole music video called No Borrow, No Cry. And I'm like, all these different scams that I see, and there's no shares to short. That happens sometimes. Correct. I'll send you that video. It'll make you laugh.
And is it hard, though, to find shares to short?
It's not. You don't have, you just call your broker, or you can live chat with them. You say, do you have shares to short? They say no, no trade. They say yes, you make the trade. It doesn't cost you anything to ask. It's just time. All of this is just time, Most people aren't willing to put in time to make a few hundred or a few $1,000s because time is money. But to the vast majority of people who trade these stocks, if they put in a little extra time, the world would open up. Not saying they would make $1 million, but they could make 10, 20, 30, 50,000. But they don't want to put in any time. They want to believe this, bullshit welcome letter. Look, it's sitting on, it is ridiculous. This is an $80 billion plus industry, one of the fastest growing segments of food industry on the planet. The company has $12,000 in cash and $2.2 million in debt.
Right, but the funny thing is, it maybe is, what exactly is a URI? What is it?
It doesn't matter. The cash is all that matters.
For the industry, right? Because there's the medical marijuana industry, there's the oil industry. They can attach themselves to the industry.
Correct.
It's not that they're lying.
No, you're right.
It's just that they're not
You're right. Hey, True Religion jeans. You guys know True Religion jeans? Yeah. It was a Vancouver pump and dump saying these jeans are going to change the world. The fucking jeans actually took off, and now True Religion actually has an office right on Wall Street just to rub it in that they actually made it. So every now and then it can happen, especially with oil fields or diamond mining. Miracles can happen. But with this company, look, put your trust in EURI. Why should I trust this company? Like, you can read how manipulative this is. They own prime property in Romania.
What are they? What is it?
This gives them access to land, beach, swamps, sea, and fresh water. The swamps are a hotbed for water reed. Water reed is a long and thin, slightly bamboo. Reed is used, so they're selling bamboo. It's crazy shit. But whatever. Hey, there's a lot of bamboo. But the fact is, this company is fundamentally bankrupt. So, and there's a lot of them. This is just one of them. But by showing you Michael Good, so this is one of his trades, but look at his chart. So, he's commenting, he wins roughly 63% of the time. But you see his wins, they're all small wins, small losses, and then 23,000. And this is his profit chart since he started studying with me in 2008. He's made 1.6 million. So again, it's not huge money. You know, you're working 6 years, best case scenario is you're making 1.6 million. There's a lot of industries where you can make more, but it's very highly probable. You're betting against scams.
I like it.
That's it.
I understand that.
So I want you guys opening up, you know, either paper trading accounts if you don't want to risk any money, or open up a small brokerage account for like $2,000, $5,000, and just try to see these catalysts. I'll add you to my chat room. We have 1,200 traders chatting about everything. They're just degenerates. It's like the people who sit at the penny slots in Vegas and they're just like, bloop, bloop. So they're trying everything.
Can you like piggyback off of some of your guys?
You know, you don't want to do that. My business is teaching. I trade with a very small account because I want people to see that it doesn't make me money to trade. It costs me more to send out a text message to everybody than I make on a trade.
Like in dice, right?
Yeah.
Do you roll dice?
No.
All right. So
I don't gamble.
Dice, all right, so listen, in dice, right, you do, that is gambling. So listen, in dice, right, you go around the table, and what you do is, Jimmy got a hot hand. So I'm coming, Jimmy got a hot hand.
You're piggybacking him.
I'm piggybacking on Jimmy because
that's cool.
Jimmy's hand is hot
yeah.
right now. Tim says, you know, get ease, whatever, 5 things. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm getting it because he.
Sometimes.
Of course you do your own.
Correct.
But you
listen. No, that's the usefulness. I rip on the chat room because they're degenerates, but sometimes traders do get hot hands, and you're like, you know, they're seeing the market with their longs or their shorts or whatever, and you're just like, okay, whatever this guy is saying, like he feels it. You know, he's in the zone. Right. What was his name on the Knicks the other night? Amofalo. I can't pronounce his name. A follow. He's terrible, and then he makes 38 points in one night. A hot hand. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm long suffering. So, you know, sometimes you have that.
No, I get it.
But a lot of the time it's just waiting for the right opportunities. Right now there's no pump and dumps. Otherwise I would be explaining, here's a pump and dump, this is going to crash. There's nothing going on right now. This was last month. So you have to wait for the next pump and dump. Meet me, it's already done. It's already gone up 20% since I bought. Right now the market's down 5%, kind of tricky to play anything. Go into the weekend, don't even think about the market. But I want you guys at least thinking about this conversation. Next week, start putting a plan together. Do you want to paper trade? Do you want to open up a real brokerage account? And do it part-time. You know, I'll hire you guys as fucking spokespeople. I don't care. I just love teaching, and I love showing this new side that no one else really considers. No one talks about this on CNBC or TheStreet.com or Wall Street or Bloomberg. It's everyone's little dirty secret. EURI was actually promoted by 20 of the most major financial websites because you sign up for like, Kramer doesn't do it, but there's other people. But you sign up for their websites and then they rent out their email lists and they say this is a third-party thing. It's the dirty little secret. Nobody really wants to talk about it. But you lure in all these financially naive people and they get squashed. It's Linsanity and then it's over.
He got paid though. Did he not? He got paid.
He was on the cover twice on Sports Illustrated. No one ever did that. 2 consecutive. And now what's he doing? He's still decent, but it's not Linsanity anymore. That was a pump and dump. I actually think I might have even written a blog post about that. Like I would short Jeremy Lin. I don't think it's going to last. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Simon Cowell couldn't have produced it better, okay? It was a beautiful storyline. But again, if you don't have the right fundamentals, you can be a flash in the pan. It's the penny stock. And it's very exciting. Oh, it's so exciting when a penny stock is soaring or there's a new player. But are they going to do it consistently? Are they going to be the next LeBron? Probably not. That's today's lesson. Thank you, guys. I hope you learned a little something. You like it?
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it.
That's a lot of questions.
No, it's good. It's a good start. You know, this is just the start. We can.
Makes a lot of sense more now what I'm looking for.
Good.
Because sometimes, like in basketball, if we're teaching kids or the kids are learning or guys,
yeah,
coach will give you a offense, right? Let's say, for the sake of explaining to you like before, John Wooden.
Yeah.
He had a UCLA offense, okay? And John Wooden's UCLA offense had so many different offenses within inside that one. But a lot of guys, kids, didn't really understand how to, if this one didn't work, to go to this one.
Well, there's too many plans. It confuses you. That's finance. Yeah. That's a financial planner's dream, to confuse you so that you're just like, I don't want to do anything. Just take my money and take 2%.
But the basic understanding, right, of the Wooden offense is moving without the ball. Right?
Yeah.
Screening away. right? So, well, for me, and Jim Herrick teaching us, so you're never out there. If you're standing still and the ball's moving and you're not back screening or cutting to the basket, you're in trouble. You're in somebody's way.
Yeah.
So once you can understand that, and that's what I'm just bringing this. Once you can understand the little things, right?
You understand the fundamentals, and then you pick your spots.
Exactly.
And we're all different. We have different personalities, different strengths and weaknesses. So you find your spot. You really seem to like the fact that you can spot, go to OTC markets, basically see that this company is a fraud in black and white. That's a lot more specific than trying to judge, meet me, like, is it going to go up 10% or 20%? This is a 50%, and I have 100 examples of pumps just like that.
Right.
And the main thing is just finding shares to short. And if you do find shares to short, it'll be a few $1,000s. But it feels fucking good. There's like some social justice, making a few $1,000s as the pump, combusts.
Thing I just learned too is I'm thinking people with all the different stocks that are out there.
Yeah.
Especially the penny stocks, I'm thinking that people are like literally trading 4 or 5 at one time.
Some people do, but that's not my style. Everyone has different
But
styles.
I'm thinking that when you see the ticker, you're seeing so
people
many.
just trading.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some traders, they have like 8 monitors and they're managing 17 positions and they post, okay, I won on 9, I lost on, I don't know how to do any of that. I do one at a time, this is a pump and dump. One at a time, this stock is up.
Yeah.
Because I'm self-taught,
Until you get to that point where you can.
Sometimes there's 2 or 3 plays, but even then, if I'm watching 2 or 3 plays and like I'm betting on one going higher and one going lower, like I'm confused. My brain is like, I'm always looking for signs. If I'm betting against the stock, I'm looking for signs if it keeps cracking.
Right.
And it often does. This is.
So much like basketball. Let me tell you what. Right?
Tell me.
Like if when you're young and you're really good at going to the basket.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm really good at going to the basket. I blow past my man and I get a layup.
Yeah.
Well, sooner or later they catch on. So now when I blow past my man, a man comes over.
You got to trick it.
So
You got to spit.
I'm still young, I have to start making everybody else better.
Yeah.
So the steps of, it evolves.
Yeah.
Right? It evolves. So you have to evolve with the situation.
But most traders don't evolve. Most traders are stuck in stage 1. So if they blow by you or you blow by them, in a layup, they're not going to evolve.
Right.
Maybe smarter, richer people will evolve and they'll, slide over and protect it.
Like
Penny stock people doing the same fucking thing every time.
Like him, he was really good, especially at a younger age.
Okay.
So he can manipulate the offense.
Yeah.
Right? Because he sees what's going to happen. That's what I mean. Some people can't do that. They can just do one thing.
Yeah.
He manipulated.
That's
the
beautiful.
offense, right?
Because you can see if you do this, then they're going to react this way, and then I can take advantage of
That's
that.
the point. That's where you want to get to.
You're trying to see a step ahead or 2 steps ahead. Here's just a few examples of penny stocks when they collapse. This is Hirayoshi Worldwide. It dropped from 270 to 130. This is all one day. So it dropped 50%. Their pump and dump, they sent out tons of mailers. But the genius press release was they said that they're in Saks Fifth Avenue. They were he's like a Japanese tattoo artist, and he was going to come out with his own clothing line, which I'm always thinking about True Religion jeans, like it might take off. So I'm like, oh, Saks Fifth Avenue, you got to be careful. But if you look at Saks Fifth Avenue and you look at the press release, it's actually Saks Fifth Avenue, Mexico. And Saks Fifth Avenue, Mexico is an own independent store. So he signed one deal with, probably gave the guy like fucking 1,000 pesos, like carry my stuff, and they put out a press release. And they tricked everybody. Never took off. Right. Here's the Shaq pump that died. Here's Nini, it dropped from 3 down to $1.50. So I love this where it looks so stable. Like look at it, it's okay, it's okay. And there's people on boiler rooms all over the world that are calling people. This still happens. And they're like, look at the stock. Look how steady it gradually goes up. And then all of a sudden, and you take the rug just taken out from under you. This is the best one. Manchester. Every single one of these days is one day. So June, July, August, September, it goes up, 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 up. In 3 days, 8 down to 3. The pump and dump stopped. So this is, if you didn't see the right side of this chart, you would think this is a very secure investment. But if you understand the underlying fundamental flaws with this company had no cash, and it's being promoted, actually this is being promoted by a boiler room in Manila, right? There's boiler rooms all over the world. Once they stop, look at it. ZN, this was going up 8, 10, 17. The rug gets pulled out from under you. This one was great.
When it's at 17, you can bet against it.
Correct. That was a high price one. This one was my favorite, CLRH. if you actually did research, which I did, I have a blog post, they were based out of a Honey Baked Hams. Their address was a corporate address of a Honey Baked Hams. Total fraud. They weren't even a company. You just had to Google the address. Google has killed a lot of these pump and dumps because now you can do a street view. And I wrote, this fucking company is based out of a Honey Baked Hams. They're lying about their address. The cell phone was registered to this guy, or the corporate office was registered to the guys who had a cell phone. And it was his cell phone. And I'm talking to the fucking CEO, right? It dropped from $1.75 to 25 cents, 88% in 4 days. They sent out the mailers every single day here.
How about the guys that are short in the oil right now because it's going down?
I can't predict commodities. I stay away from oil. I stay away from gold. I stay away from all that. It's so uncertain. I don't know if there's going to be a fucking terrorist event. Probably not. Hopefully not. But there might be, and then oil surges 10%. There might be some talks with an Austrian ambassador right now talking about Saudi Arabia. That's global macro shit. Right. George Soros, Warren Buffett, billionaires have the best info. They don't give a shit about this. Right. This is opportunity. Right. And here's another one. And they just keep going. Sponge Tech actually was a fun one. Have you ever heard of Sponge Tech? No. They sponsored Madison Square Garden. They had soap in the sponges already. So when you squeeze it, the soap would come out. It's actually a good idea, right? The problem was they had no orders whatsoever. They said that they had an order. It turned out to be a fake number in Dubai. The New York Post did a big expose on them, and the stock crashed. And they advertised at Madison Square Garden, the US Open. They signed all these sporting deals, which they defaulted on. But they had the stock ticker everywhere, all over TV. It was on SportsCenter. ESPN wrote on that. So,
couldn't get no investors.
Well, they have no product. They have no sales. And I think the CFO was busted because their corporate counsel, their lead lawyer, turned out to be fake. The corporate counsel's phone number was the CEO's fax number. So so many idiots, they don't think that anyone's going to do this digging. And now thanks to the internet, you can see this. This was EMGE. This guy, he was a doctor who lost his medical license, and now he's coming out with vitamins infused with stem cells, which is medically impossible. You can't put stem cells in vitamins, and it doesn't matter. And it kept going up, and I wrote an expose on it, and the CEO actually took out an anonymous blog, and he said, here are 7 reasons why Tim Sykes is wrong. And at the end, he's like, I don't care if Tim Sykes calls me out. I don't care if the SEC calls me out. And the SEC is like the stock market police. And I was like, did this fucking idiot just admit to that the SEC is asking him questions? And then he deletes the blog post, stock crashes. And he stupidly admitted it. He didn't know. He's like, oh, I'll answer everyone's questions, even if the SEC is calling. I was like, they're not smart, okay? And there's shares to short of these. So I look forward to every new pump and dump. I don't look forward to the people who get scammed and they inevitably find me because they type in the company name and scam, and then they find me after they lose all their money because I usually write an expose warning people. But there's opportunities. There will always be new scams. There will always be new pump and dumps. Boiler rooms will always exist. There was a pump and dump the other day on WhatsApp. WhatsApp started sending out all these spam mailers on this stock, and the stock spiked 100% on WhatsApp. So any new communication tool, you can promote companies to the financially naive. And then it's just a question of finding shares to short. That's it. That's enough for today. Your brains are overloaded. Thank you guys again for coming. And I'm going to add you to my newsletter and stuff, and you can start seeing how much I send out. It's cool. It's also fun. It's not even just about the money. It's just understanding the way that this kind of world works.
Sure.
So, thank you guys again. Much appreciated.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't dress up. I didn't get the memo, but thanks.
No, definitely, bro.
That's a wrap.
My name is Tim Sykes, and I teach people to trade stocks. I am a self-made multimillionaire.
So this is the ideal trade that I'm going to talk about. I want you guys to understand every single aspect of this trade.